Hey there, rock stars. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! I hope that you're having a fabulous day. I hope that everything is turning out beautifully. And even if it doesn't, I hope everybody is still having a good time, because the people are what's important today. Or cats. I hope you're having a holly jolly Christmas, and that you're being nice to yourself as well as everybody else, because you deserve it. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Christmas in Bangkok. It is a nice, beautiful day today. It is in the low 80s today. So that's really nice. It's a little bit cloudy, so the sun's not beating down on us here. And yesterday I went out to the village on a motorcycle, and the wind was blowing, just waiting for the bike even. I wasn't hot. I wasn't even warm. Almost cool. It was crazy. It was earlier in the morning, so it was probably still in the 70s. Oh, I took a shot this morning, a screenshot of the weather app. You can see that tomorrow it's going to be warmer, and then by the new year it's going to be back in the 90s and sunshiny day. So good for beach, good beach weather. It's nice. I want to share with you again those things that I got for my Christmas Advent, my own personally curated Christmas Advent from Mind by Hand. And these are things that I thought I would like or needed, whatever, from a local yarn store in Bangkok called Mind by Hand. And then I asked her to please, if she would, wrap each individually and send it to me in a box so that I could be surprised again. And I was very surprised. And I was even though some of them I remembered as soon as I opened it, but I hadn't seen in person. So it was still very nice to see it and to feel it and all of that. So in no particular order, I'm just going to kind of go through, and if I've made anything with it so far, I will show you what I'm doing. So first of all though, I did get this, and I did not open it on camera. I remembered that I had gotten a canvas thing, so I knew which package it was. It's one of those that I didn't remember what it was though, but it was a canvas, plastic canvas yarn art. And I wanted to take it into school before we got out to see if anybody was interested in doing it or starting on it. So I took it in, but as you can see, it is still in pristine condition, so nobody was really interested in doing this. I also took in the pom-pom makers, and they were much more interested in doing that in between making their snowmen. If you saw that video where we made snowmen, my little 6th graders and I, of gifts of the past. So this is a plastic canvas that has that house, and it doesn't come with the yarn, so you choose whatever color house you want, and it has all of the pieces. Now I've never done anything like this, so we'll see how it goes. When I was a kid, I did some needlepoint, and I figure it's pretty similar to that. It looks like it's more, maybe it's more cross stitch. I expect it to go both ways and make an X on everything. Or is it one direction like needlepoint? If y'all do plastic canvas, will you tell me? Because there's no instructions that come with this. I'm sure I could look online, but I'd rather hear from you. Do you do it in one direction, or do you cross it over for the plastic canvas? It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna work on that in my spare time. I don't know when I'm gonna work on it, but I'm gonna work on it. I have my coconut milk cinnamon coffee. It's hot. I have my fireplace going, but my AC as well is kind of blowing on me, so it's keeping me nice and cool. So that one, and then like I said, pom-pom makers, and this one was called Fluff Ball Weaver. Can create interesting works of infinite. That's what I got. And it comes with the 5. What? It says size 4 types, but okay, 4 4 sizes. I can't remember. I'm not going to open it right now. Love making pom-poms. That, and then some of the yarn I got. Haven't decided yet what to do with this. It's got little pom-poms all the way across it. So I think I'm going to get some black and white yarn, or do something like in bright pink. I know. What? Chris doing bright pink? I know. Do something in bright pink solid, and then use this black and white as the trim. I'm going to do that. Oh, so one of the most recent ones I opened was of the pink sparkly yarn. I'm working with it. This is all that's left of my pink sparkle yarn. And I got green. Yes, Mimi, it's Soylent Green. It's people. You're right. And I have on my little yarn ballet. The fluffy, it's eyelash, but they're almost curly eyelashes. On my little yarn valet. I couldn't wait. I could not wait. So I thought it's a good excuse so I can show you guys, what it's gonna look like, and I wanted to put some on. So I'm doing trebles around the edges of it. And so I wanted to start over here, and then it's just going to go all the way around. And then what I'm going to do, I think these sides, the longer sides. So this is the Cinnamon Stitches, I wrote it down. It's Mulberry Street. Yes, the Mulberry Street shawl. So I used a purple to go there in the middle, because you know purple goes with pink and green and whatever. So I put that here, and I just whipped up a little purple. I should have used this same yarn, but I didn't. It still matches. I used that yarn that I got a while ago that's I'm going to use on a bag, so it's a little bit more structured. And I tied it on one of these hair clippy doodads, because I got a bag of hair clips in order to not put in my hair, but in order to make a shawl holder together. So this, I'm going to finish the pink over here. It's going to be about this length, so it's not as long as Cinnamon Stitches. But you know, I don't have that much yarn around here, so it'll be like that, and then it'll have a little bit more here, and then I can use this little doohickey, doomaflachi, put it in through here, since it's a little too small to stay on my shoulders, and do that. So it'll be even because it'll be the same amount of pink as green, but then I can wear that and it keeps my shoulders warm, and it's going to be so nice. It's going to be all pink and feathery all the way around, because I'm not stopping just here. Oh, no. I'm going to go all the way around. So, and just have a little purple there. I could make a pink one. I could make a green one. I could make purple, pink, and green. But I don't have any more of this yarn, so I can't make it out of this, because I'm using every inch of it. Are you attached? Come here. No. The cats got the zoomies. They're everywhere. The kittens. The kittens. So, I wanted to tell you, I looked up the black cat to see if there was any kind of a breed or temperament that's specific to black cats. And actually, they look like they are Bombay cats. Now, there are 2 different breeds of a Bombay. Come here. There are 2 different breeds of a Bombay. And this, I believe, is a British Bombay. There's an American Bombay and a British Bombay, depending upon the short hair, American short hair or the British short hair that it's bred with. And it was bred to look like a black panther. Yeah. So, and they have gold eyes. Some of them have green, but mine have gold eyes. Yes, you do. And a black nose and black paws. The little pads on their paws are black. and grayish skin. So theirs looks pretty white, but yeah, so grayish skin. I thought that because dogs, don't they have like the same color skin as the pigment is on their skin as well as in their fur, but not for cats. They're usually pink skinned or white skinned or something. So those are Bombay, and I think that from the temperament description of the temperament, I think they're British Bombay. And like I said before, Thai cats, they have funky tails. When I looked it up, it said that online it says that since a lot of them are stray, they do have injuries, and it should be fine as long as they're not in pain and they're using the tail. But it's usually from an injury, but it can be genetic. Well, these cats were actually born in the rescuer's house, and they were born with these funky tails. Every single one of them in the litter of 5, is that what I said? 4 or 5? Except for one had funky tails, so I got funky tails. And you heard me call one of them Bella. I call them both Bella. Had a cat when I was young. We got 2 cats, and we had just seen the musical Cats, and so they were called Bella and Buster, because named after Grisabella the glamour cat and Busterford Jones. So they were Bella and Buster. And so Bella is just, it's a name near and dear to my heart, and I can't tell them apart at all unless I see their tails. So instead of calling them the wrong name, G or D, for Mama G and D from D's Creative Hands, I've decided that they are Bella D and Bella G. So they're Bella. If they're just like one of them in a room, they're Bella. If I can tell who they are, then I'll call them Bella D or Bella G or just D or G. But yeah, that's they're crazy. They got the zoomies, like I said. They got the zoomies. Okay, back to work here. Okay, so that doesn't really match what I have on. This is my Chinese New Year dress, because the color is red for Chinese New Year, and it kind of looks like dragons and such on here. And actually, this coming year, February 10th is the Chinese New Year for 2024, and we're coming onto the year of the dragon. The year of the dragon, and that means in the Chinese zodiac anyway, it represents power, success, honor, and luck. I like the year of the dragon. In 2024, it's specifically the wood dragon, which also includes characteristics of creativity and curiosity. Good year. It's a good year we're fixing to have, you guys. Good year. So I will share more on that as February approaches. I'm going to start on some dragons. Year of the dragon, right? I'm going to do some dragons, some different dragons. And, oh yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm going to download so I can include in here. This is the dragon I'm going to start with. This dragon, so freaking cute. Now the name of the artist is on there. I can't remember, but it's on the picture. Or I'll put it on here. It's a celebratory dragon, and it's for a birthday. But instead of doing a birthday cupcake and having a candle kind of hanging from his mouth, what I've decided is to do a crochet hook to hang from his mouth, and instead of a cupcake, do a ball of yarn. Now, the one with the crochet hook comes with a ball of yarn, a pattern for it, but I found this one that I like a little bit better. It kind of shows a little bit more. I'm going to do that. I'm going to crochet with a ball of yarn, just because it's funny that way. So he's going to be holding on to, with much love, a ball of yarn. Well, he's kind of asleep, but he's asleep. Don't we all fall asleep with crochet and yarn, right, in our hands? Don't tell me I'm alone on that, right? Just kind of, and then wake up and go, whoa, what? It's just me. Okay. It's not me. It's not just me. Tell me if you've done that. So that's coming up. Rewind. All right, so we've already did that. Oh, and so in my bag, this was my Mulberry Street shawl bag. Was another thing that was in my advent. Oh, I do have a little bit of purple left. I could make a purple, pink, and furry pin. Anyway, this was another thing that I got in my advent. And then, oh, I got some beads. These are, I think they're plastic. I was gonna get some glass beads, but I don't know what happened to them. These look plastic. Kind of white on the inside. I don't think there's a good way to show you. But that's plastic. Don't look at my nails. I haven't redone them. But yeah, they feel plastic. But they're very pretty with all of the I'm trying to think of what that's called when it's a beveled, with all the bevel. Is it beveling on it? Anyway, they have some texture on them. That's going to be fun. And then way back at the beginning, this is still all I have left, but I made my little Grinchy poo. And yeah, this was, I changed yarn because I was going to run out of yarn. I changed yarn when I got to the body part, to the blanket yarn. And then, yeah, and finished out the arms and the feet with this yarn. Yeah, so that was another one, was this yarn. I did good. I did good. And then I got another fluffy that I haven't done anything with yet, in this like coral peachy. Looks a little red on there. Looks a little red on red. Anyway, I like this color. This is going to be, after working with it on the Grinch, you can't see the stitches to really work into them very, very well. You got to feel them. So I have to use a larger hook to have a bigger stitch to feel as I'm going through. So it'll probably be used for some bordering. Cuffs around the edges of a shrug or something. Yeah. I'm so happy to have some novelty yarn here just waiting in the wings to use. I didn't have any, so I've been watching all of Crystal's from Bag a Day, all her creations that include the novelty yarn, and I didn't have anything to even play with it just to see what it would look like. Then I got a double of this. So this was two different ones. This is genuine cotton, it says. But then it says 68%, 32%, 7%. I never did look it up. So I bet it's elastic, nylon, cotton, and acrylic. That's my guess. But it's this really stretchy, kind of like t-shirt yarn. I have two of these. 50 grams plus or minus 5. So I have 100 grams of that. I'm going to try it out and see if that's good for my students to use, so it won't split on them, and they can frog it and chain some more, and then frog it and then chain and try their single crochets and then frog it and try it again, because that's what you do when you learn, over and over and over again. And then I got this one as well, thinking about the kids. Always thinking about the kids. But I'm going to try it and see if I should order some more. I think this one is going to fuzz up if it's like some of the others that I've used. But that's like a woven or a chain spun. Not spun at all. It's not chain spun, but it's woven. Yeah, and I love this color. I love it. Then I got a glue gun, a hot melt glue gun in one gift, and glue sticks I opened up before this. This has a price tag on it. Oh, it went up from 12 baht to 15 baht. And there's about 35 baht per dollar, so less than 50 cents, but it's only 3 of them. I did get 2 of these. That was in another gift. I remember that I doubled it, and I didn't want to open up another glue stick, so I found it and opened it up off camera. And so I do have 6 of them to work with to do their cat tree. But Someone was concerned I wasn't going to have enough glue sticks. But I actually have already put the boxes together. They've been playing on it and sleeping on it and everything with tape, with packing tape. And then I'm just going to use the glue now that I have gotten, I set all my gifts on it. These little funny, great texture. These little funny, really inexpensive, like $2 a piece, bath mats. I got a pink one and a red one I'm sitting on and a blue one. So those are going to be glued onto the boxes. That's what I'm going to use the glue gun for, is to do that. So I hope I have enough to do that because there's only three rugs. So, and I can do just kind of sparsely across. Then, remember I got this yarn? Do you remember that? I don't have any left to show you. I decided I wanted to see what it was like knitted up, and since I do not knit, I put it on my knitting machine, and it is gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? And I did a yellow on the other side, and this took up an entire hank that I had to hand roll. Yes, I don't have a Swift or a winder, but it wasn't that much. It was only, 50 grams. So I made a hat, and then the rest of what I had from the hat, because it didn't use the whole hat, I sat down and I started playing mandala. And reminding myself how to do this. And this was so therapeutic, so fantastic. There's my mandala. This is an 8. It starts with 8. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Which I think is customary. I don't know much about it. I do know that it's about the concentric circles, right? Start at the middle, and then as you go along, you kind of meditative. I'm going to do a whole video on this and just creating one out of your head like this one. I just did it as I sat there and just continued around each round, changing the number of stitches to go along with the increase of the circle. So did that. And then I decided, I was watching Juan, the yarn addict, and also saw that Linda on Linda's Crochet and More, she had done midnight windows. And then I saw Lucas on Lucas Yarns. He had done one. I was like, okay, fine. I'll do it. I'll use a pattern. I'm anti-pattern, if you haven't noticed. Unless it's for an amigurumi. Yeah. I use patterns for those. But I used Juan's pattern for this, and what I did, I used that yarn, that hank of yarn, as part of it. So the midnight windows, I started with a yellow from in here, and then I did this, like three rounds of the repeats, and then 3 rounds of the repeats, and now I'm on this teal that matches 3 rounds. And then I think what I'm going to do, since I do not wear hats, and I don't really, there are some charities here that will accept hats because they have a few days of the year that are a little chilly overnight. I would rather make some blankets than hats. I don't think they really wear hats. So I think I'm gonna frog this so that I could use this hank to put a couple more rounds or rows, maybe one more since it's larger. Maybe I'll be able to get one whole repeat section, and then I'll probably need a little bit more, so I'm going to get a purple and put a purple after another section of this. So I really like the texture on this too, using the back post, or actually the front post on the back side makes that ridge, and then the window here, and the ridge, and then a window, and a ridge, and a window, up and out, up and out. So I'm really enjoying that. I'll probably put a fancy shawl border on it, a girly, because I don't want to be outdone by this one. Then, oh, I'll put them back over there. So I was playing with them again. I also got, uh-oh, that's come on undone. I also got these that were kind of alpaca-y, right? Very, very soft, fuzzy, hairy yarn. Love, love, love it. I love it. I'm going to need to keep the rest of this aside to use it on something, to border something or something. Something. Put it in my novelty. But I made this stocking out of a hexie. And then just put a little cuff on it with the chenille, with some white chenille. And made that stocking. Using this yarn that was in my advent. Because somebody chose fantastic gifts for me in my advent. Well, the other thing that I made with that fuzzy yarn. Is this what's that Crafter Me? Repeat Crafter Me? I think that's what this came from. I'll link it. But she just did it's a tree. And it's a granny square. See? So you just do a granny square, whatever colors you like. Have some brown around to do a little bit of a trunk on there. And you just do the square. So it's really, really, really simple to do, really quick to do. It's past time, I know, but start thinking about, and I think that yarn, that fuzzy yarn looks really fun in this. Anyway, start thinking about next Christmas, make some notes, put it away with your Christmas yarn with some little notes on the top of the box or bag or whatever it is. Slide it in there. And then when Thanksgiving comes around or the 1st of November and you're thinking, pull that out and you see your notes and, oh yeah, I can make that Christmas tree. That Chris showed me how. No, Repeat Crafter Me. Oh, I should stop saying that because it may not be her. I'll look it up. You'll know. And then I think the last one that I could find of my gifts, recounting these came individually as well, were my 2 long stripe. I have pulled this out so many times. Gonna start on it because I want to crochet with it so badly, so quickly, so right now. I want to do it, but I haven't. It hasn't spoken to me yet. I'm just a little bit ahead of it. It hasn't told me what it wants to be yet. What do you want to be when you grow up? You baby yarn, you. I have no idea. Not a clue. I'm listening. It's just not talking. It's not in my language. So things upcoming. I'm gonna be focusing on some dragons. So some will be flat, like a what do they call that? An applique. Some will be amigurumi. So I'm focusing on the dragon this year because it is the year of the dragon. At least the first part of the year. I'll be working on dragons somehow. And also I thought about what can I do to share with you guys that's a little bit different, that is something that is near and dear to my heart and something I have some experience in and also some knowledge in. And that is crochet and mental health. I do teach psychology. I've been teaching psychology for almost 20 years now. And for me, crochet has been quite a therapy. And I did chat at Crystal one time. I don't know if she really understands that I was absolutely sincerely honest when I said that she saved my life. She happened to be the one that on YouTube that I learned how to crochet from. And at that time, I didn't want to hear anybody's stories. I didn't want to hear anybody being harsh, being challenging, anything. My life was a mess. And I just wanted something to soothe me. And Crystal at Bag a Day Crochet If you're not a member or subscriber, please go subscribe. We're trying to get her to hit 1 million. She's a great ambassador for that. Let's help her hit 1 million subscribers. Just check and make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube, goes through its fits sometimes and unsubscribe. So check that out. Make sure that you're subscribed if you want to be. Personally, I've subscribed to her on all of my IDs in YouTube. So anyway, she was the one that I found on YouTube that I could listen to, and that actually brought me some peace to listen to. And she's encouraging without being challenging. You know what I mean? Somebody asked in a live about her, will she do any advanced stitches, any tutorials for advanced stitches? Well, have you ever done one of her pieces and then looked back at it and went, wow, I can't believe I did that? That's because it's an advanced stitch. An advanced stitch is just how you put those simple stitches together to make something amazing. And the creativity that goes into it, that's an advanced stitch. And so when we watch her and we follow her in her tutorial, you don't know that you're doing advanced stuff, because she makes it so easy for you and so achievable. And that's what I needed at the time. I've mentioned this before, that I'm in recovery. I'm in AA, all of that. And I was so miserable in my life for whatever reason that I was drinking myself to death. And I knew I needed a different direction. AA was that direction for me. This isn't going to be a preach an AA thing. It's not for some people. For some people it is. But I also needed something else. And that something else was crochet. And that avenue to crochet was crystal. And if I hadn't found that, I don't know that I'd be here today. And so, Crystal, I know you don't watch other videos. You're such a busy, busy lady. But if you do ever, I'm serious. You did save my life. You had a big hand in that. And then when I went to meetings, initially, my social anxiety was part of my illness at the time, that I was self-medicating with alcohol. My social anxiety was paralyzing to me. And I could go to the meetings because I knew how to crochet, because Crystal taught me how to crochet. And I could go to a meeting and bring my crochet and sit at the back against the wall so that nobody could see me because everybody else was looking forward or into the group. And so I didn't want to distract anybody, but I needed something to focus on that would take my anxiety. And that did. And so I could sit there and I could choose to share or not. And initially, no, you don't share because you're too freaked out. But I could crochet. And so I would have these crochet projects that were just my meeting projects that I could only work on when I went to a meeting. And so I made sure that it was yarn that was of a beautiful color, of something that made me happy and calm and anxious in a good way to work with it. And so crochet is a therapy for me. And so I think in the new year, I'm going to start a series, maybe once a week, once every other week, something like that, about crochet and yarn and color and how that is soothing and how that is therapy. Crochet and mental health series. Something like that. I don't want to call it crochet therapy because I am not a licensed therapist. I was a licensed or registered music therapist back in my previous life, but I am no longer. So I don't want to say that I am teaching therapy because I'm not. But we all use crochet as a type of soother, whether you have a history of or a current battle with mental health of some sort, or not. Everyday life needs a little therapy, right? So I hope that you guys enjoy that and keep a lookout for that. I'm going to start that probably in the next week. So Yeah, if you want to see that and you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can see when those start dropping. I will continue to show you what I'm crocheting, and get back on the podcast wagon, the KLC podcast, and do a little bit of the crochet and mental health series. See how that goes. I don't know. I might just do it for me and for you, that one out there who really wants to see it. I think it's an important thing to get out there, and it's timeless. So look for that. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. My belly was shaking like a bowl full of jelly when I first put this dress on. Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, a little less rice, a little less processed food. Let's get that down a little bit, because I want my clothes to fit better, not because of anybody else's expectations. I'm really working on that. Of course I deal with that as well. Anyway, but my belly was funny. Yeah. So like I said, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a fantastic day, a fantastic week leading up to New Year's. Most people, I think, have the week off between the two. And don't let the Christmas blues get you. Yeah, Christmas may be over this year. There's Christmas next year. And you can start today getting ready for Christmas next year if you want. Or just put it aside because it's a stressful time and it is over. And you survived it. Yes, you're a survivor. You did it. So getting ready for the new year. If New Year stresses you out because it's all brand new and everything's ending and no, it's another day. If you want to celebrate it and take the opportunity to start something new, then yes, yay, it's a brand new, fresh year. You don't have to look at it that way. It's also just another day. The whole year doesn't pass in a day. So that's how I have to look at it sometimes. For sure. Anyway, I think the cats wore themselves out. It's silent in here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And come back another time if you would like. I would love for you to come back. Come back and see me. I'm looking forward to it. And I love you guys. I do. You guys fill my heart. And when you leave comments, I love that. There are more and more comments being left, and I really appreciate it. I read them as soon as they come through, but I'm not always in a place where I can reply to them. So I try to sit down every couple of days and do some replies, some hearts, but I read every single one that comes through. So I really appreciate your comments. That it makes me feel like you're right here with me. And on this Christmas day, I feel like I'm right there with you. And I'm not alone. And I appreciate that. My friend, one of my friends here, one of my teacher friends, American teacher friends, I think he's back in town now. He went out of town with his family, and he said that I was more than welcome to go over to spend Christmas Day with him and his family. He lives in the same village here. I went over there for Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, I love to be around other people. I think that's important to share your gratitude and whatnot. For Christmas, I think for me, it's much more about family, loved ones, decades-long friends that I have. And I love you guys. And if you're out there watching, I miss you terribly. So that's what it's about for me. And I don't really want to go over there. And I've done Christmas with others before. Acquaintances. I mean, right now, Jason, he's an acquaintance, he's a friend, he's a work friend. I hope that we get closer, and maybe next Christmas that'll be something that I would like to do. But I want to be here. I want to be spending it with you. I want to be spending it with the other people that are going to be doing lives on Christmas when it gets to be Christmas in the States. Be spending it with them. Hop on some lives, because that's my extended family. You guys are my extended family. So I want to be here to say to you, Merry Christmas, and thanks for stopping in. Even if this is like in January sometime when you're watching it, that's cool. You're here with me today on Christmas, and I appreciate it. And if you jump on those lives, you'll see me there. If you're on the same ones I am, at the same time I am. I will be chit-chatting away. I watch on my big TV, but, you know, it's not really a fireplace. I watch on my big TV, but I connect it in with my phone because it's a smart TV. And so I'm commenting on my phone as I'm watching the bigger than life size on my TV. So I'm rambling, you know, like you do at a friend's house you haven't seen in forever, on the holidays. So I'm just sitting here by the fire with you guys, just chatting with you. I should be quiet so I can listen to you, huh? I would love to listen to you. That would be so great. Maybe one of these days I'll do a live, so at least I can read in real time and comment back to you. Let's do a Zoom meeting with everyone. Everyone hop on a Zoom meeting. Wouldn't that be fun? A Zoom video call? Yeah, it would be great. I don't know. We'll see. Love you guys. I'm really leaving now. Merry Christmas. I love you. Bye.